Welcome to Texas Tech TV. Brian Jensen, John Harris, Chris Lovell, the Texas Tech Sports Network radio crew with you from Oklahoma this week as the Red Raiders take on the Sooners in a game that I think a lot of people have been anticipating because there's been talk, we've all heard it, about the opponents and whether they've been at the level that you would expect the second half of the season to be. Well, this is where it really starts against the Oklahoma Sooners. This, of course, keys to the game for that battle. Let's get started with John, and what's your key?
All right, well, I've got two, actually, and one from each side of the ball, so we get work a little offense and work a little defense, too.
Good move.
And I think on the offensive side of the ball, you can go back to about the year 2000, and when you face an Oklahoma defense with the offense that the Red Raiders run, they've had some success blitzing off the edge, multiple blitzers. And I think Oklahoma has been better than any other team in the Big 12 over these years at disrupting the Tech offense. Now, the Red Raiders have won some ball games, but I think Oklahoma's been good at that aspect of their defense. Got to be able to protect off the corner, give the Red Raider quarterback time to throw the ball. Opposite side of that, Oklahoma's offense really doesn't throw the football all that well. Blake Bell's a great big guy. He's capable, but what they do well is run the ball. If we take the pass away, if we make him throw it around the field and throw it to the Red Raiders a time or two, take that aspect of their game away from them a bit, I think it gives the Red Raider defense a huge advantage. And I think that the two, protecting the Red Raider quarterback, making it difficult on Oklahoma's quarterback, will go a long way towards the Red Raiders being successful.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the havoc that you were talking about because I think that's a huge part of this game, and it always is when you take on Oklahoma, especially here, when you're in Norman and the crowd and all the surroundings around you. You know, the freshman quarterbacks coming in for the Red Raiders, we've talked about it all year long about making sure that they don't make that big mistake. Well, this is a team. Remember last year, 3 interceptions, one of them a pick six. This is a team that's had pick sixes throughout the season. They had one against Notre Dame that was a big interception and touchdown there. If you do get the havoc coming at you, and even if you don't for that matter, you just can't avoid that big mistake, the one that turns into an immediate 6 points or an immediate field advantage that gives the Oklahoma Sooners a quick score. I think quick scores, if you can avoid those, that's something, and turnovers are the reasons that those happen, then that's something that I think would be a key for the Red Raiders to be able to come out of here with a win.
You know, and Coach Kingsbury has really talked a lot of this week about we haven't played our best game. We haven't put it together just yet. I'm anxious to see what it looks like when we do. Basically telling his guys, this will be a good time to do that. Joe Paterno used to say all the time that there's many plays in a season and in a game that you affect yourself that cause you to lose the game, not what the opponent does, not the plays that the opponent makes. And so you can't fumble on the 1 yard line. You can't cover a punt and have it bounce off your helmet and give them something. You can't kick it out of bounds on a kickoff. You can't, it's the self-inflicted issues that I think that he's talking about. And if you tighten that up, you're good enough to beat this team. This is not too daunting of a task to come in here. This is not the same Oklahoma team that we're used to seeing, to be honest with you. And I think that's the biggest thing is just execute, sharpen it up, tighten it up, do some of the things that keep you on track instead of just derailing your own effort. So that would be my biggest deal. If you play your game and just don't, these self-inflicted mistakes, I think you'll be fine.
Well, the players are going to believe. They've believed everything so far, and now they've got a coach in there that in his first game was against Oklahoma, a team that was expected to just knock them all around and come away out of Lubbock with a big win, and that didn't happen, did it?
No, and it's funny because Spike Dykes talked about that this week. He said it's 28-10 at halftime. And Cliff Kingsbury walks into the locker room and he says, Coach, we got him right where we want him. Spike says, I looked at him like, what is going on? And he said, he goes, in the end of the moral of the story is we won 38-28. And I asked Coach Kingsbury about this week, and he says, you just have to believe. And he had a big smile on his face. And so I don't know. I think he's remembered back to that.
One more intangible key, John, coming in on the plane. Wasn't there a little something?
Yeah, when the team flew up to Oklahoma City on Friday afternoon, playing on ESPN on the televisions that you can watch on board the plane, it's the 2011 Texas Tech-Oklahoma game, and the Red Raiders still won that one too. So if there is a bit of foreshadowing, they got to watch that game on the way up, so kind of liked it.
Very good. Keys to the game for this week, the Red Raiders against the Oklahoma Sooners. Well, if you're going to watch, which you probably will, make sure you listen to the Texas Tech Sports Network radio crew.